What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trevant, and I'm coming at you guys with another video. Okay, so I wanted to get on here and I wanted to talk about the children. I just want to say, I feel for the children that are born into this world because these kids can be born into a household of wicked people that don't follow Christ. I wanted to get on here and talk about this because it's so real, and a person that understands that we're in a spiritual war will be able to understand everything that I'm about to talk about. This world is corrupt, and these demonic spirits are everywhere in this world, in these homes, outside of people's homes, at school, where we work, and literally all around us. And demonic possession is real also. And there is a lot of people that are under demonic influence because they don't actually follow Christ. And these spirits would have people doing some very unnatural things also if a person is demon possessed and if they're not following Christ. But I want to talk about how Satan is in a lot of these households in the world, because I understand that from just reading the Bible about Satan and going through my own life experiences. I feel for these kids because who knows if the household the kid was born into and the family the child was born into, who knows if these people will be Christ-like and follow Christ. Some people are born into some very bad situations, shall I say, and some of these kids get aborted before they were even born. Just look at some of the stories. Some of the stories I heard about on social media, what people had to deal with pertaining to the household they were born into, and having to deal with physical abuse and mental abuse, and this would just come from their own family. This stuff can help us understand that demonic possession is real. Living in some of these households has traumatized loads of people, shall I say, and some people have literally run away from their own family just to experience some peace from the demons. It's brutal to think about when we talk about it. You also have people that will fornicate or have sex irresponsibly and abort the child. Just complete brutality on their part. Like, why even have sex knowing this is what comes with it? And you even have people out here that would throw newborn babies in dumpsters because they didn't want the child. This is just sad to even talk about. But social media has helped me see a lot of traumatizing things about humanity. This world is an evil place, and living under Satan's rulership comes with a lot of pain and hardship. Satan is called the great oppressor in the Bible, and Satan rules over us with a rod of iron. The stuff I'm mentioning is from people that are demon possessed. It's not normal to murder. This goes against the laws of humanity, and Christ told us to love our neighbors, as it says in Matthew chapter 22, verse 39. And we're commanded to love our brothers in the scriptures as believers. When we talk about murder, murder is compared to hatred if you read 1 John chapter 3, verse 15. So that in itself lets us know that it is wrong to abort children. As believers, we are literally commanded to walk in love. Just go read Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 to 23 about the fruits of the Spirit. These fruits are not held very highly by this wicked world, and we know that because of how messed up the world is. Things like abortion and abuse happens because God is not the head of a lot of these homes in the world, and people are not following Christ and living like Christ. Just look at these hoods, how a lot of these kids grow up to be. Satan has literally gotten people destroyed and incarcerated that grew up in these environments. And you want to know why? It's because God is not the head of these households and people are not following Christ, as it says in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. I used to literally go to school with dudes that were in gangs, and it's like these guys were characters. All they knew how to do was gang bang, play in school, and they didn't do their schoolwork, and they bully people. These dudes oppress others living in these same environments, and these were the guys that had multiple baby mamas, and they ended up dead or in prison. One thing I can say is, from walking with Christ and following Christ, having a relationship with God, I learned that these guys were demon possessed. It's not normal to attack others and make others' lives hard. It's satanic, shall I say. But think about that. These guys I went to school with didn't keep those commandments that us believers were told to keep. You know, loving your neighbors and loving your brothers, as the scriptures say. These guys had the spirit of Cain on them, just like it said in 1 John chapter 3, verse 11 through 12. You can't make this stuff up. Cain murdered Abel over jealousy, and jealousy is a big reason people die living in the ghetto. I understand why we are commanded to train our children in the ways of God, as it says in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Look at how corrupt this world is because people don't know God and don't keep his commandments. And look at how messed up humanity is because people don't follow Christ. Having spiritual fathers that follow Christ is definitely needed to survive in this world, because depending on who is raising you, you can become something that can be used by the devil. Just look at the current state of the world and you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of these households are in shambles because Satan is running these homes and people are not following Christ. And the world is in chaos because we're being ruled by Satan and people are not following Christ. But this is all I wanted to talk about. This world would be a better place if everyone lived like Christ and if Christ ruled over us. The world is messed up because of these satanic forces. But if you liked the video and stayed this long, it would be nice if you can like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. And I'm out.